If you want to hear my answers to the not your basic booty guru tag, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and I could not resist doing another couple of makeup tag videos. So this is another one. In this case, it is the not your basic booty guru tag. And this tag was created by Agape Love Girl, aka Maria, and I will have her video and her channel linked in the description box. And of course, we'll have her picture right here so that you can get a sense of who we're talking about. And Agape Love Girl, aka Maria, has created this tag, and I have good old-fashioned paper with all the questions, and there are 19 of them. We're going to be here for a bit. You might want to grab a drink or snack or something. I never say that, but 19 questions? Whew. Yeah, I have watched a few of these videos. I just enjoy them if I'm having lunch or if I just need to take a break from what I'm doing. I really enjoy tag videos because I find that people's answers to the questions really make me think, especially if they're not prepared answers, because I think that you learn a lot about yourself and about others when answers are off the cuff. We don't have time to, cleanse our thoughts and clean up our answers to make it the best possible answer. It's just what we think of in the moment. So I'm very curious to know what I'm going to say to these these questions. I don't remember them. I watched some videos, but I don't remember them. If you remember questions of tags you've watched, that's fantastic. But yeah, and with 19 of them. Anyway, let's just get into it because it's 19 questions and I don't want this to be an hour. So let's go for question number 1. And it is, people tend to think beauty YouTubers are experts or should be at doing makeup. Of course, that's not always true. What is one thing you struggle with doing? Wings. I struggle with doing a wing. I always have. They always look more like cousins than twins. And when I'm having a twin day, man, I stand a little bit taller. So I always struggle with wings. Everything else pretty much, when it comes to makeup, I feel really comfortable. Brows, no problem. Eyeshadow, let's go for it. I'm quite happy. And actually for shadow, I have a trick to make eyeshadow application selecting colors easier, and I've never seen anybody talk about it. So I think I'm going to be doing a video on that topic because it came to me when I was doing the makeup class. I'll put that video right here. It's just talking about the makeup class. You won't see everything in the video, but I talk about it. And I demoed it in the makeup class, and I thought, why am I not mentioning this in a video? It would be really useful. So I will have that video coming up. Yeah, so wings, everything else, I feel like I'm competent in it. And maybe you will see my videos and say, no, honey, you need some help. Hey, if there's something you think I suck at, give me some pointers. I'll take it. Nobody's perfect at everything. So yeah, I would listen. Anyway, that's my answer to number 1. Let's go right away to number 2. On that note, there you go, it's a continuation. Are there any makeup techniques you'd like to improve or learn how to do? One that I was curious about was cut crease. I feel like I did it. It was fine. Learn how to do. I can't think of one. I feel really comfy with all sorts of colors, all sorts of styles. Yeah, I'm good. Not that I'm not discovering new ways of doing things. I don't think there's a technique that I find very elusive. So moving on to number 3. Are there any makeup looks, styles, trends, or techniques you absolutely refuse to do or follow on yourself? Absolutely refuse to do? No. Nothing's off limits. The only thing I really don't tend to do is use beiges and browns to give myself a completely natural look. I posted a natural look on Instagram to just show what my makeup would look like without a ton of color. But I don't, there's, yeah, there's nothing I would refuse to do. I've even done false lashes, even though I don't often do false lashes. And this year, actually, I wanted to do more of that, and I haven't done it yet. And we're in August, so I'd better get cracking on that. But no, I'm curious to try anything and everything. I don't think there's anything that would be off limits at all. Number 4, are there any makeup trends or style that you used to dislike but now love, and vice versa? Any that you used to love that now you don't care for anymore? I like pretty much anything. I don't consider makeup to be just a way to get prettier or more beautiful. I like makeup for self-expression. So sometimes I will do a makeup look that I'm sure that some folks watching the video are going, ooh, you could pick some colors that are more flattering. That wasn't the point. The point was expressing a certain desire to do a certain look with certain colors. So I don't feel like anything is off limits. I mean, I've worn blue lipstick. I've worn very different eyeliner colors. I haven't done colorful eyebrows at this point, but it's possible that I would do that at some point. I like it all, and I want to try it all. Some things I might not wear to a job interview, right? But I do like makeup as a form of self-expression. There is no more temporary tattoo than a colorful eye look. And I like it. I like the fact that you can do it, you can screw it up, you can nail it, you wash it off, and you start over the next day. It's totally my jam. Number 5, are there any beauty or makeup trends that most people hate that you maybe secretly like? There's a big push on rainbow palettes right now, and I have a few. I have the Vivids by Colored Rain, and I have the 25L by Morphe. I'm sure I have some more, I just can't think of them right now. And I don't mind the rainbow palette trend. I like the fact that different companies have different kinds of finishes and formulae, to do them. I don't mind them at all. There's been a resurgence of loose pigments. That's something that I'm kind of iffy about. I'm not a huge proponent of loose pigments because I think that for most people they just end up sitting in a drawer. But yeah, that's about it. I don't really have any objections to any makeup trends. One that I thought was weird, but you do you, was that wavy eyebrow thing. I thought that was kind of strange, but that's again just self-expression. You do what you want with your face. That it is yours to do with what you please. And makeup, like I said, makeup and makeup trends, it washes off. You can change the way you want to express yourself at any point, and I think that's fantastic. Number 6, are there any makeup rules or stereotypes that bother you? Yes. I don't like the fact that makeup is only for specific types of people. So for example, feminine versus masculine. I don't think that that needs to be the case. I also don't think that anyone, any gender, any inklings one way or another it should define whether they should or should not wear makeup. I don't think people need to wear makeup. I don't think people need to not wear makeup. I think you just need to do whatever it is you want to do as far as participation or lack thereof in the cosmetics industry. I don't think there should be any set standards for anyone. I think that a woman walking into a place of business with not a stitch of makeup on should be seen as professional as a male counterpart. And a male in a workplace environment who chooses to wear makeup should not be considered any less professional than a female counterpart who wears or doesn't wear makeup. Like I don't think that we should be so judgmental in this day and age. As long as someone is put together and obviously has paid attention to presenting themselves in what is polished for them, I think that's fine. Number 7, what old news makeup products do you still love and use on the regular? I'm a fan of old school Urban Decay products. I do enjoy using them and do keep them. So a lot of palettes that folks have decluttered over the years, I have and really enjoy. And I have a newfound love for the original Naked palette. And I realize almost everybody's decluttering because theirs are very old. Mine is less than 2 years old. And after having tried all of the Naked palettes that I have, I don't have the Naked Cherry, but I have everything else, that the OG is actually the one that at this point that I like the most out of all of them, which I find very interesting. So the Naked palettes, I like them, even though they're very neutral for me. I like the style of them. I definitely like the aesthetics of the palettes, and I love pretty much every colorful Urban Decay palette. I never got any of the Vice palettes because that was before my time into makeup. But yeah, I have a thing for OG Urban Decay products. As you can tell by the couple of big palettes I have here behind me. So yes, I like the OG UD stuff. Number 8. It's possible that there may be a or specific YouTubers, plural, that inspired you to start a YouTube channel. But let's talk about what, if anything, YouTubers inspired you not to do. YouTubers inspired me not to be full of myself, not to take makeup too seriously, not to decide that one person is better than another based on their makeup application skills. YouTube is teaching me to remember that we are people. Every person is just a person, just like the next person, next individual. And that because we have a platform, because we're good or not good at putting on makeup or styling ourselves or whatever, that it does not determine our worth as a person. And I find it interesting that as the clout of different people on YouTube grows, that there's a tendency to forget that. And every time I see someone who's just lost the understanding that every person is an equal to whoever's left and right of them, that I feel sad for these folks and hope that they are going to find out the easy way and not the hard way, that they need to kind of crank it down a notch. Being overly critical or judgmental of others can be a very lonely place over the long term. And evaluating someone just based on what they can do for you or what you can get from them is not a healthy way to maintain relationships. It can lead to a lot of isolation. And I think that unfortunately, just the way social media works, it encourages measuring low quality but abundant relationships and valuing those more than having fewer connections but really meaningful and deep ones. So YouTube, just by seeing those symptoms, is a constant reminder of what I need to worry about and focus on in my day-to-day life. That was a deep answer. Yikes. Let's hope the next question is lighter. Let's see. Number 9. What beauty content do you love creating the most? This is something that's relatively new to this channel, but I really am enjoying the engagement that I have with a lot of folks who are watching this channel. And a lot of folks who are watching this channel are turning into some friends, or some really good friends, feels like anyway. And I really enjoy the engagement. And what I mean by that is, one of the more recent series on this channel is the palette collection roulette, or palette roulette for short. And every few weeks, I encourage people to help me pick my makeup for the next couple weeks. Now, it's at random, and so random numbers, folks don't know exactly what it is that they're picking, but sometimes the numbers they're picking are meaningful to them, and there's a story behind it. And then no matter what it is that it ends up being as far as a palette, there's some kind of ownership of having chosen that palette for me, and then I can show the looks that I came up with. And so there's kind of some back and forth in the comments, and I really, really enjoy that. And so I think that I don't want to lose that interactive aspect of YouTube, as opposed to make it a one-sided thing. And I'm going to be looking for more and more ways of keeping that engagement going, because I think that that's a lot of fun. And that's really a big part of why I wanted to come onto this platform and share, was to interact with other people. And it's so much fun. Number 10, is there any content that you create based on audience request or interest that you actually don't really like or prefer to create? Well, I get requests. I think that a lot of YouTubers do get requests, and I only do the requests that I want to do. I get certainly a number of suggestions, and I think that a lot of YouTube viewers understand that you're going to select the type of content that you want to make for your given channel, if you have a channel. But I don't think it should discourage anybody from making suggestions or requests to YouTuber that you enjoy watching. I think that that's great, and it gives a sense of where people who are watching me are coming from, and I really appreciate the suggestions. And some of the suggestions have turned into some really neat video ideas for this channel that have had a kind of a continuation. So I'm really thankful for the requests, and for both reasons, for creating content, but also for just understanding where everybody is coming from in their own relationship with beauty in general, or I should say self-expression in general when it comes to cosmetics. Number 11 is a different question. It is, how often do I film? I will film in batches. Well, sometimes I'll film a single video. For example, right now I'm filming 2 back-to-back tag videos. I will often do somewhere between 2 and 4 videos in a sitting. So I try not to just do one video at a time, because I try to batch filming and editing together, because I think that I can more efficiently produce content for this channel. And in a year and a half, I've produced over 500 videos, and so I think that my process is working, and I can fit it in with everything else that I do in my life, and it's been really rewarding. And so obviously this schedule and pace, at least for now, is working for me. Number 12, do I have a job outside of YouTube? Yes. I'm a blogger as well as a personal trainer. So I blog on personal finance and financial independence, and that's at freetopursue.com. I have taken a hiatus from blogging, but I am going to be going back to it with a vengeance this fall. And I'm an avid reader, and that is part of how I create content for the Free to Pursue blog. And as a personal trainer, I have a gym, an 800, almost 900 square foot gym, where I train up to 4 people at a time. I am a kinesiologist, so that is a trainer with a 4-year, well, 3 or 4-year university degree. And so yes, that is what I do and have been doing for a while. And I do lots of stuff. I'm also a consultant for businesses. And so I will go and speak to a given business's employees, or I will advise the executive of a given business on certain company requirements or requests that they have. And so those are really the three things that I do aside from YouTube. Number 13, what beauty content do you enjoy consuming most or watching most? I like watching panning videos. I also like to watch people really enjoying their makeup. That is very rewarding and it's inspiring. I want to love my makeup collection as much as possible, and seeing how other people enjoy their collection is great inspiration to remind myself of how much I love what I've managed to collect over a few years, and to really dig in and play with what I have on a regular basis. And that really is a secondary theme on this channel on a regular basis, is going in and shopping my stash and seeing what I can go back and use that I haven't used in a while. I really, really enjoy that, as well as getting through and finishing products. I like both aspects of using my collection. Number 14, any non-makeup channels that I love. There is one, well, there are a few channels. I love late night and comedy channels. So I love John Oliver and Stephen Colbert. I love those channels. I also really, really enjoy sailing channels. So there's one channel in particular that follows the boat called Delos, and my husband and I never ever miss one of their episodes. I will put all three of those channels in the description box. Those are really the YouTube channels that I like the most. So a few of them are very traditional, following traditional TV, but Delos is really unique, and it's a great reminder that there are different lifestyles, different ways to live, and it may be a lifestyle that we want to try at some point. So yeah, those would be my most loved channels outside of makeup and beauty stuff. If you feel like you're experiencing some hiccups in watching this video, there is a train conductor right now who is very happy with blowing the horn on a train that is going by, and I have had to stop talking over and over and over again. And that is one of the joys of being a YouTuber. So I apologize for that. Something that I cannot control, and I did not want to stop filming. Such is life. Number 15, we only have 5 more to go. Number 15, are there any makeup misconceptions because of YouTube or Instagram that you wish people knew the truth about, or that you hope to change with your channel? Filters. I hate filters. Hate is a strong word. I heavily dislike filters when it's not stated that they're in use, especially when they're like Facetune type of filters that make somebody's skin look unreal, unlike anything that is possible at all. And I want to be one of those channels, just like other channels that I like and support, that don't use them. I have, with the encouragement of C Cosmetic Chaos, I'll put her channel art right here. She encouraged me to use no filters on Instagram. I was using them before. I mean, they were very obvious filters, but I was using some. And I decided to go the no filter route so that you could really, really see the makeup I was wearing and see how it actually performed without any technological help. And I don't want any sort of Facetune or filter or any of that crap on this channel, and I appreciate channels who don't do that as well. You'll see some filters and whatnot on thumbnails. To me, that's a chance to play around and do something pretty. But I don't want to do it on video, and I, like I said, very much appreciate videographers, YouTubers who don't do it as well. Number 16, have you ever felt unqualified or like a bad beauty YouTuber because you didn't do things just like every other beauty guru. Nope. I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'm not really evaluating myself against what else or whatever other people are doing. I'm pretty happy being me, and I'm very comfortable with the camera. If you don't like what you see, just don't watch. That's all. Number 17. Three more. If you could collaborate with a brand, which would it be, and what would you create? That's a hard one. I would want to work with a Canadian brand. I think that I would like to work with an indie Canadian brand, either an indie Canadian brand or a brand like Marcel. Marcel is a Canadian cosmetics brand. I love a number of their products, and they're very reasonably priced, and they're actually made in Canada. An indie brand that is also made in Canada is Cleona Cosmetics. So those are two examples of brands that I can think of that are very Canadian that I would see myself collaborating with. But what would I create? I think it would have to be something to do with eyeshadow. I don't have a specific idea in mind. I think that there are some underrepresented colors in the cosmetics industry that I would love to have more accessible in certain finishes, and to keep the packaging experience for eyeshadow really, really good. That would probably be where I would want to go toward, because I have a significant affinity for the packaging for eyeshadows, and I think that that is a very big part of the experience, and I think I would have something to contribute in that space or in that aspect of the products for the eye. Yeah, I think that's where I would want to play. That was a really hard question. Really hard question. Number 18, second last question. Would you rather collaborate with a brand or create your own makeup/beauty line? I think that there are a lot of great brands out there. I think that I would prefer a collaboration as long as it was a brand that would want some input and some creativity and innovation from the beauty YouTuber, as opposed to just slapping a name on something. I mean, obviously, I'm tiny. That would not be in the cards. It's not a big deal. But if I were to collaborate in some way, shape, or form, I would want it to be real and not just a rubber stamp. The use of a name, if you know what I mean. I think that there's so much. It's so much more meaningful when a collaborator, a beauty YouTuber, contributes a little bit of their heart and soul in a release. It's sharing the passion for makeup, not just schlepping makeup around, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I would want it to get my hands dirty, right up to my elbows and get right in there. And I would hope that the collaboration would enable that. Those are my thoughts. Number 19, the last question. Because your average booty guru doesn't typically do this, it's shout out time. Name 3 beauty content creators you think deserve more of a following or recognition. Well, I have definitely told some folks who have channels who are relatively small, like, how come you don't have more people? And one of them is Kara C. Kara C is a fantastic person. She is smart as a whip, really a nice human being, and just, I think she has a heart of gold. I don't know her personally, but I'm pretty sure she does. And I wish her the moon when it comes to her beauty channel. Another one who I think is evolving as a person, and I just love to see her progress as a person, is Haley Evans. I think she's fantastic. Love her to bits. And I wish her everything and a bag of chips for her channel and for whatever it is that she chooses to do over time. I think, again, she's a fantastic human being, and I wish her all the best with everything she takes on in this life. And the third, I'm going to say C Cosmetic Chaos, or Candace. Candace she's a firecracker. She's irreverent, but not in an impolite way. She's not scared of saying what she thinks. She's passionate, passionately unimpressed or passionately impressed with different things that she tries. She loves makeup. It oozes from her pores. And it's so much fun to watch someone who is just so into makeup, but also with a heavy dose of realism in not having a fantasy view of makeup and saying, this is crap or this is a solid product. That's what you get from Candace. So yes, my third person would be Candace. And so yeah, there are my 3 choices for shout outs for other beauty YouTubers. This was a heck of a long video. If you've made it this far, you deserve a medal. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of my answers. And if you have a YouTube channel, I tag you to do this tag. I think it's an interesting tag. It really made me think. And yeah, I would love to hear your answers as well. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every time. You know that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, take care.